Welcome to our very festive mixed level yoga flow. We are going to start in a comfortable seat and invite whatever movement you feel your body needs before you find stillness. Now on the next inhale, draw your shoulders into your ears. And as you exhale, relax through your shoulders and arrive on the mat. Now take a moment here and bring your attention to your body. Just take a quick scan of your body. See how your body feels today. If there's any tension anywhere, any sensations, take a note and let it go. Now shift your attention to your breath and just see how your breath feels today, where it is in your body. Whether it's deep or shallow, whether you're breathing through your nose or through your mouth, whether it's fast or slow, just take a note and let it go. Now shift your attention to your mind. See where your mind is today, how it feels, whether there are many thoughts running through it, or whether it's calm and peaceful. Now start to become a little bit more intentional with your breath. So inhaling, exhaling through your nose. And with each inhale, try to lengthen your breath. Inhaling all the way down to your belly expands, your chest lifts. Maybe you sit a little bit taller. With each exhale, relax through your shoulders, soften your face, and ground through your hips. And now, when you're ready, bring your hands to your heart in your prayer mudra. Bow your head forward. And I invite you to set an intention for today's practice, something to guide you through all the asanas today, something you may be working on, could be physical, mental, emotional. Now on your next inhale, blink your eyes open and reach your arms overhead. Maybe gaze up as you breathe in again. Then bring your right hand down to the mat, left arm reaches up and then over, stretching into that left side body. Maybe gaze up towards that left hand, breathing into that left rib cage. Breathe in, come back up, reaching your arms overhead and switch sides. This time right arm reaches up and over, breathing into that right side body. Maybe gaze up towards that right hand. And inhale, slowly come back up. Bring your left hand across the right knee, right hand behind your right hip. Breathe in to lengthen and sit a little bit taller. Breathe out, gently rotate into that twist. Inhale, slowly come back center, reach your arms overhead and let's bring it to the other side. Again, inhale to lift your chest and sit taller and breathe out to twist. And slowly come back to the center, reach your arms overhead, lengthen, gaze up, and then bring your hands to your thighs and to your knees. From here, a few cat to cows in that seated position. So inhale to open your chest forwards, gaze up. Exhale, round through your spine, tuck your chin and tuck your tailbone under. Breathe in to open forwards, gaze up. Exhale, round through your spine. And one more. And feel free to invite some circles here. So just warming up your spine, your hips, your joints. And change direction. And slowly come back center, reach your arms overhead to lengthen your spine even more, and then pop your hands in front of you. Let's transfer into a tabletop position onto your hands and knees, wrists below your shoulders, spread out your fingers nicely, knees under hips. Now let's invite a few wrist stretches, so just move your body forwards and back. Feel it stretch across your wrists, just warming up here. Maybe try and go a little bit further, or invite some circles, whatever feels good here. And feel free to stay with those circles or just moving back and forth, or maybe you turn your hands out and gently move side to side. This stretch might feel a little bit more intense, so just listen to your body here. And maybe you stay here, or maybe you turn your palms in towards your body and then shift your hips back. This might feel even more intense, so again, just choose what works for you today. And then slowly turn your palms out and then sit back into your child's pose. Maybe relax your forehead on the mat if that's available. Feel free to maybe relax your forehead on a block or on a cushion. Breathe in all the way down to your hips, into the back of your ribs, and breathe out, soften into this asana. And now when you're ready, slowly come back up into that tabletop position. So wrists underneath your shoulders, knees under hips. And we're going to lift your left knee up. We're going to start with some circles. So circling out to the side, just warming up your hips here. And change direction. Last one, and send that left leg back, lengthening through your spine, lengthening through that back leg. Engage your core here, maybe float the opposite arm up and forward. So really reaching your fingers to the front, reaching your toes to the back. Now from here, place your right hand down on the mat. We're going to pivot onto that right hand and right knee into that half side plank. Reach your left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. And maybe reach your left arm all the way overhead, stretching into that left side body. Now take your time here, bend into that right elbow and push yourself up into that kneeling position. Left hand slide it down the left leg, right arm reaches up and over. Maybe gaze up towards that right hand, breathing all the way into that right side body. Inhale, come back up into that side stretch again, and then slowly come back into that tabletop position. Rock your hips side to side. And when you're ready, let's bring it to the other side. So elevate that right knee and start circles out to the side, warming up your hips. And change direction. And send that right leg long. Point your toes away. And maybe float that left arm forwards, really reaching your fingertips to the front, reaching your toes to the back. And when you're ready, place that left hand down and we're going to pivot onto your left hand and left knee into that half side plank. Reach your right arm up, maybe gaze up towards your right hand. And then feel free to bring your arm up and overhead for a deeper stretch into that right side body. Gaze up to your right hand if that feels good. Bend into that left elbow, come into that kneeling position, and then stretch to that right side. Left arm reaches up and over. Breathe in, slowly come back into that kneeling position and slowly come back down onto your hands and knees, all fours. And when you're ready, knees out wide, sit your bum back into your child's pose. Remember, child's pose is always there for you, so feel free to go into it at any point during our practice today. And maybe flip your palms here, so your palms are facing up, just to release your wrists and shoulders. And now when you're ready, slowly come back into that tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, send your bum back as you inhale. And on the exhalation, send your hips up into your first downward dog. So as always, be patient with your body. Invite whatever movement you feel your body needs at the minute. Shake your head yes, shake your head no, pedal out your feet, rock your hips side to side. Maybe rock side to side and then bring your hips down to your heels as you pivot on your feet. And find stillness. Bend through both knees, look towards the top of your mat and step your right foot forwards, right in between your hands at the top of your mat. Drop that left knee down, coming into the slow lunge position. Relax through your left foot. Breathe in to lift your chest. Place your left palm down onto the mat and rotate your body to the right. Breathe in to reach your right arm up. Look towards your right fingers if that feels good. And now when you're ready, bend into that left elbow and gently push yourself up into this twisted low lunge, sending your right arm back, left arm forwards. Now feel free to stay here, but maybe you want to tuck your back toes under and then elevate your back knee just 2 inches off the mat. When you're ready, inhale and slowly come back center. Reach your arms up and overhead, gaze up. Now take hold of your left wrist and gently pull onto that left arm and then lean over to that right side. Breathing into that left rib cage, finding more space in that left side body. Breathe in, come back center, reach your arms up and gaze up. Exhale, frame your front foot and now step back into your plank. Wrist directly below your shoulders. Now inhale and shift your body weight forwards, then drop your knees down onto the mat. Lower as slow as you can onto your belly. Relax through your toes. Press your hands into the mat, coming into either baby cobra or coming into full cobra, bhujangasana, lifting your chest and belly. Inhale, take it down, tuck your toes under, and exhale, push yourself back up into your downward facing dog. Now we're going to take a couple of breaths here, but always remember that child's pose is there for you if needed. Now when you're ready, take a nice and deep breath and bend through both knees. Look towards the top of your mat and this time sending your left foot forwards, right in between your hands. And now drop that back knee down, coming into the slow lunge, relaxing through your back foot, lifting your chest on the inhale. And now place your right palm down onto the mat and then inhale to rotate your body to the left and then reach your left arm up. Again, gaze up towards your fingers if that feels good. And now bend into that right elbow and gently push yourself up into this twisted low lunge. And just take a note how this side feels in comparison to the other. And again, feel free to stay here or maybe tuck your back toes under and elevate that back knee off the mat. Beautiful. Now inhale and then slowly come back to the center. Reach your arms up, gaze up. Take a hold of your right wrist this time. Inhale to lengthen through that right arm and then lean over to the left. Breathing into the right side of your body. Finding more space. Inhale, slowly come back up. And then exhale, frame your front foot. Step back into your plank, nice and strong core. Inhale to shift your body weight forwards, drop onto your knees or stay on your toes and then lower down onto your belly as slow as you can. Relax through your back toes, press your hands into the mat and explore bhujangasana, cobra pose, elbows in close to your body. And then inhale, slowly lower down. Exhale, tuck your toes under and push yourself back up into your downward facing dog. Now you may want to choose to stay in your downward dog for a few more breaths, or you might want to choose to go down into your child's pose, sit your bum right back towards your heels, stretch your arms forwards and then relax your forehead onto the mat. Breathe in, breathe out, reconnect with your intention, reconnect with your breath. And now when you're ready, slowly find your way back into your downward facing dog. And now let's prepare for our second sequence. When you're ready, on your next inhale, bend through both knees and look towards the top of your mat. Step your right foot forwards, right in between your hands, runner's lunge. And let's prepare for warrior one. So plant your back foot down, 45-degree angle, and then press through both feet equally. Inhale, reach your arms forwards and coming to standing warrior one, sinking to that front knee. And then drive that left hip forwards and right hip back. Maybe gaze up. From here, open up to warrior two. So pivoting on your back foot, 90-degree angle, sinking into that front knee a little bit more, arms parallel to the floor, relaxing through your shoulders, shoulders stacked over your hips, nice and strong warrior. On your next inhale, reach your arm forwards, flip your palm, and then reverse your warrior. Slide your left hand down your left thigh and then reaching your right arm up and then over, inviting a small back bend, opening your chest to the ceiling and then bending into that right knee even more. Inhale, slowly come back, warrior two. And then windmill your arms, frame your front foot, step back into your plank, knees or toes, and lower down as slow as you can and maybe hover 2 inches off the mat and then lower onto your belly. Inhale to lift your chest and belly off the mat. Bhujangasana, cobra pose, or explore an upward facing dog, thighs, knees off the mat, shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, slowly lower down, tuck your toes under and find your way back up into your downward facing dog. And again, take a few breaths here or go into a child's pose if that feels better for you today. On your next inhale, bend through both knees and look towards the top of your mat, sending your left foot forwards in between your hands into this runner's lunge. Again, finding your warrior one on the other side, placing your back foot down, 45-degree angle, coming into standing, bending into that front knee, back leg is straight, maybe gaze up, planting your back heel down towards the mat. From here, when you're ready, inhale, then rotate into warrior two. So again, shoulders relaxed, shoulders stacked over your hips, left knee directly below your ankle, right leg straight. Arms parallel to the mat. And inhale to reach your left arm forwards, flip your palm and reverse your warrior on the other side. Again, opening through that left side body, opening your chest towards the sky. Gazing up if that feels good. And on your next in-breath, slowly come back, warrior two. And windmill your arms, step back into your plank. And again, knees or toes, you can lower yourself down onto your belly, or let's explore our vinyasa. So lowering down 2 inches off the mat into your chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, coming into an upward facing dog, really lifting through the arms, opening your chest, and then pushing back into your downward facing dog. And now from here, drop your knees down onto the mat, knees out wide, big toes together, stretch your arms forwards, and then soften your forehead onto the mat. Relax it on a cushion or on a block if that feels better. Now breathing in all the way down to your hips, backs of your rib cage. With each exhalation, trying to relax and release into this asana. Maybe flip your palms so your palms are facing up, releasing your wrist and shoulders if that feels good. And just take a few breaths here. And now when you're ready, turn your palms back down, gaze up, and then walk your hands over to the left edge or outside the left edge of the mat. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, soften down onto the mat. Maybe stay here, maybe coming up onto your fingertips, deepening that stretch a little bit more. And then slowly walk through the center over to the other side. Again, inhale to lengthen on your fingertips or just placing your palms down, whatever feels good for you today, softening down towards the mat. And now when you're ready, slowly walk your hands back to the center and let's find our way back into a tabletop position, wrist under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Now coming into puppy pose, so hips above your knees, and walk your hands out as far as you can and then lower your head towards the mat, maybe resting your forehead on the mat if that feels good. Take a few breaths here, but maybe you want to explore more, lifting your forehead off the mat and maybe drawing your chin and chest towards the mat, opening your shoulders, your back. It's a lovely, lovely stretch. And at wherever you are, we're going to stay here for 2 more deep breaths. With each out breath, try and soften into this asana a little bit more. And then when you're ready, very slowly walk your hands back into a tabletop position. Now we're going to go into a toe stretch. So tuck your all 10 toes under, send your bum right back and stretch your arms forwards. Feel free to stay here, but maybe you walk your hands in and maybe place your palms on your thighs and just sit into this asana. Allow a few breaths here with each exhalation. Try and relax and sink into it a little bit more. Now let's take one more breath here and then come out of it. Walk your hands out, maybe tap your toes, tap your feet into the mat, and now sit back onto your heels or whatever comfortable seated position you choose for the last few moments of your practice. Soften your eye gaze or close your eyes and just reconnect with your intention, reconnect with your breath. Maybe you wish to reflect on your practice. Now is the time. And now, when you're ready, bring your hands to your heart center, then bow your head forward to your heart. Now give a big thanks to yourself for showing up on your mat today, for practicing all the asanas, for sharing your breath and sharing your energy. Now let's take 3 cleansing breaths. So inhale deep in through your nose, exhale, sigh out through your mouth. Inhale again. And sigh out. One more. Sigh out, let it go. Relax completely. Rub your palms together and create some heat. Place your palms over your eyes and face and then blink your eyes open into the heat. Take your hands away. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely Christmas. Namaste.